What is going on, guys? My name is Tim Roswick, and today I wanted to discuss the beautiful subject of saying no. Now, saying no is something that I've really struggled with a lot in my life because there are a lot of opportunities that have come up that could be lucrative, right? They could be a very good investment in my time, but sometimes there's just no desire there. Um, this was actually fairly recently, a couple months ago. I got approached by a guy that he was he has a really large following of fitness related um, people, and he was looking for additional ways to monetize that. Now that happens to be something I've done a lot back in my marketing company. I was very good at monetizing different audiences. I was very good at learning what they buy and how to make them buy and all that stuff. But when he came to me, I was just like, I really didn't feel comfortable doing working with him. Not that there's anything wrong with him. He's fantastic. He's awesome. But it's just like I have zero desire in the fitness industry, right? Like I'm a fat dude. I'm not. I don't care about that industry whatsoever. And realistic, I should probably care a little bit more about my health and stuff. But like that industry is not an industry I care about. Whereas like game development, like yeah, well, I'm super passionate about that, right? Like I'm passionate enough about this subject of helping people and helping developers that I can make a video every single day. But you know, I wanted to say no, but I saw the opportunity and I decided to work with him, despite my gut feeling saying no. And we made a bunch of money the first month, and I just noticed that like over the next couple months, it was like things were just going downhill, and not it wasn't because of our partnership. It wasn't because of lack of knowledge on either end. It wasn't because of anybody doing it. It's just I had zero desire to do the work, like zero, and I didn't care about how much money we could make. I didn't care about any of that. I had no passion for it. It brought back memories of like this soul sucking, draining work that I was doing back in the day that just made me so unhappy. So like that ended up not working out well at all. And I realized after the fact that like me taking on this gig, working with this guy, partnering with this guy, um, and making money, but then like driving the thing to the ground with like my zero desire to do it made me look worse than just saying no in the first place, right? Like we made some money along the way, but it just made me look stupid because like I had zero desire to do the work and I didn't communicate that properly, and as a result, it didn't work because I had no desire. So and that's one example of many where like, and I still struggle with this. I still struggle with saying no, and it's something that you really have to cultivate. It's something you really have to learn. It's a skill that you have to learn how to say no, when to say no, how to identify when to turn opportunities down, because there are plenty of opportunities. Like I still get uh, a whole bunch of them, right? Like this guy was, I think, different because this was a guy I worked with back in the day, and um, so I think it was a little bit different than a lot of opportunities. But I get a lot of stuff still from my marketing company days where it's just like, Tim, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this job? We have this job. We need this, whatever. I have people offer me jobs, people offer me gigs, people offer me stuff, but it's just I don't have a desire to do it. And anything that I've taken when my gut just said no, I don't want to do this. Anything I've taken on against my gut has always not worked out well for me at all. It's always not, done anything for me. So I would just say that like even if some stuff looks like it's a good opportunity, if it looks like you can make money, but you don't have the desire to do the work, you don't really want to do it, it's not something you really want to do, just say no, man. And I don't want this to be confused with like being lazy, right? Like sometimes I don't want to fucking work. I don't want to work on my game, or I don't want to do the marketing or whatever. I'm not saying that, you shouldn't do stuff that you should do because you're lazy, but I'm just saying there are going to be opportunities that come your way that can be lucrative. They can make you money. They can advance you in certain directions. But are they the right opportunities for you? Are they the things that you want to spend your time on, man? One day we are going to die. Our bodies are going to dissolve in the earth and we are no longer going to exist. And at the end of your life, are you going to say, yeah, I wish I did more shitty stuff that I didn't want to do for the money? Is that something you're going to say? For me, it's not. And it's like, not only do I look back and just say I wasted so much time and effort on things that I just did not care about, but also, like, again, it can make you look, it's so much better to just say no. Like, and especially for me as an employer too, like, I do freelance stuff. We build development and games and stuff in a business, and sometimes I'll hire an outsourcer to do a job for me or do part of a job or whatever. And there's sometimes where I ask people and they don't tell me no. They say, yeah, I could do it, but, it's going to take a while or whatever. And they have a bunch of other stuff. And as a result, it takes way longer than it should. The quality's not what it should be, blah, blah, blah. I would rather them just say no. It makes them look better to me. It makes, like, I appreciate it, man. I thank you for saying no. I'll find somebody else. I'll hit you up next time if I have another job. It's when you say yes and you can't handle something, when you say yes and you don't have the desire to do it, or it's going to take you extra time or whatever, it's just a bad scenario. It's just a bad thing all around. And I want to urge you, when those opportunities come up in your life, that if they don't feel right, it's okay to say no. Even if they're good financial opportunities, they may not be good personal opportunities. And I know, as like an introvert and as someone, like I talked about this in the fog video, I think sometimes as someone that is not socially strong, right? You can be controlled by external forces like fear and obligation and guilt. People can do things, say things to where you feel scared if you don't do something, you feel obligated to do the thing, or you feel guilty if you don't do the thing. And that was always a big factor for me too. Like, and honestly, like it happened in this recent thing. Like, this guy that I worked with, I kind of felt guilty still, because back in the day when I had a partner with the company that we worked with him, the partnership fell apart, and he was a client at the time, and he lost some money in the deal. So like when he hit me up, I still kind of felt guilty for that thing going bad, and him losing money that way. So part of it was guilt. It was controlling me to say yes instead of no. And I just kind of wish it didn't happen all the way around. I wish I would have just said no. Because I wasted a whole bunch of time. I got a whole bunch of people involved. I let a whole bunch of people down. And, it was a bad situation. And all of it could have prevented with a no, but I said yes. I didn't say no. I didn't say how I felt. I said what I thought other people wanted me to say. And, it sucks to talk about this stuff because, like, I wish I could give you guys answers sometimes rather than just present problems. Like, I wish I could give you a solution. Here's how you say no. Here's what you do. Here's a 100% effective method to do this all the time. But, like, this is stuff that I still struggle with. Like, still. So I just want to bring it to your attention and kind of tell you the methods that I do to prevent it. And, like, saying no for me is something I just have to keep in my mind a little more consciously. Like, I've gotten better at saying no. I think as I'm working more on my important work. Like, I've noticed significantly as I build this YouTube channel, as I make videos for you guys, as I push stuff out, as I speak at conferences, as I'm working on my book, like, the more of this stuff that I work on, the more of, like, the stuff that I love, like helping developers, working on games, that kind of stuff, the more I do of that, the less these other things deter me. because like I feel like I know my direction in life now. I feel like I know my purpose. I feel like I know what I'm supposed to do. And it is not these other opportunities. It is this. It is being right here in front of you on camera talking about this stuff to help you in your life. It's just there's some kind of core connection I have to it, and like the farther along I get with this, the less I care about these other things. So if you struggle with saying no and you're being pulled all over the place, you're probably like me a few years ago. You probably don't have a good sense of direction in your life. You probably don't know what you were meant to do. You probably don't have a very clear path forward, and you may not be grounded in an area. So I would suggest that you aim to get grounded, that you find something that you're passionate about, that you find something that can move you toward where you want to go, that you know where you're headed. And when you know where you're going, hit the mic, my bad. When you know where you're going, you can better assess these opportunities that come your way, because you can ask yourself the question, will this get me closer to where I want to go or not? And if it doesn't, it's probably not a good opportunity for you. So that's all I got for you today. Rambled a whole bunch about the word no, but no is, despite its 2-letter count, is a very big word, and you should learn to wield it like a superpower. If you learned something, leave it in the comments below, because I'd love to hear from you guys. If you have trouble saying no, or you have specific issues, leave those below, because I maybe it's something I can help out with, and I respond to all my comments. So let me know in the comments below, and I will get back to you. But once again, I'm Tim Roswick, and I'll see you tomorrow.